I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Welcome to our Tuesday morning meeting of the Board of County Commissioners, March 12th. My name is Andy Hunthausen. To my left, Commissioner Tom Rolfe.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
And Flo Liston, taking care of us today. Good morning, Flo. To my right, Commissioner Candace Payne. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Deputy County Attorneys Nico Hash and Keegan Shea, and Chief Administrative Officer Roger Baltz. Good morning, gentlemen, all of you. There is a sign-in sheet in front, and there are agendas there as well. And we will start with our, I was going to say consent action items. We don't have any consent action items today. Mr. Baltz, you're off the hook. So we'll jump to item number 3 on our agenda, which is a bid opening for the 2024 chip seal. Good morning.
Good morning, Chairman Hunt, Housing Commissioners. I'm Audra Zacherl, Assistant Director of Public Works. This morning, we have a bid opening for the 2024 chip seal project. This project generally consists of chip seal surfacing, fog sealing, and paint striping on almost 32 miles of various county roads and in RIDs. This morning, we have 2 bids to open. This first bid that I will be opening is from Bullock Contracting, LLC of Boulder, Montana. Okay, the bid appears to be fully complete. The bid security has been included. The total of all extended bid prices for the unit price work is $1,884,711.15. Right, the second bid that I will be opening is from Helena Sand and Gravel Incorporated of Helena, Montana. And this bid appears to be fully complete. The bid security has been included. The total of all extended bid prices for the unit work is $1,819,995.69. I'd like to read that one more time just for clarity, please. $1,819,995.69.
Good. Yeah.
Third try is a charm, right? Staff would like to take these bids under advisement and come back on Thursday, March 28th for a recommendation for award.
Thank you very much. Any questions, commissioners? Any questions for Audra? Thank you very much. How about public comment on this item? Any public comment? Any public comment? All right, commissioners, sounds like March 28th, we will have a recommendation. Would either of you like to make a motion to that effect, please?
Mr. Chair, I would move that we send these 2 bids to staff to analyze and bring us back with a recommendation on March 28th. 28th, I'm sorry.
Second.
Moved and seconded to ask staff to take these bids under advisement, bring a recommendation to the commission on the 28th of March at a regularly scheduled meeting. Further discussion, commissioners? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. All right, next item on the agenda is a grant application to the Montana Disaster and Emergency Services. Good morning.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Jenny Chambers, Lewis and Clark County Public Works Director. Today I have got a grant application for your consideration to the Montana Disaster and Emergency Services State Homeland Security Grant Program. The Montana Disaster and Emergency Services Homeland Security Program provides support for state and local efforts to prevent terrorism and prepare Montana for threats of hazards that pose the greatest risk to security. Lewis and Clark County is proposing a grant application to replace and expand the courthouse closed circuit television system or camera system, the addition of a door contact alarms on the first floor windows, glass break alarms, and the installation of emergency backup power source for the camera system. In February of 2022, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency conducted an infrastructure survey tool process for the courthouse. The infrastructure survey tool is a risk-informed assessment that identifies significant assets and areas within the survey area that lists what actions the facility could do, what the facility is doing well, any vulnerabilities, what the facility could improve upon, and options for consideration that would enhance the resiliency and the security of the courthouse. The report identified several vulnerabilities and associated options to consider for improvement, including two related to electronic security systems, which included interior intruder detected devices. So the reason why we're putting the alarm system on the windows if they break on the first floor, and then also the lack of emergency backup power for the camera system. In addition, the vulnerability also identified that the current camera system is Hikvision, and it is not compliant with the National Defense Authorization Act and is susceptible to cybersecurity attacks. So the grant application is to replace those systems and increase our security efforts at the courthouse. The total project cost is estimated at $121,350, and there is no match required for this grant. If we are successful with receiving the grant, the period of performance for installation and doing this work is October 1, 2024 through December 31st, 2025. We have received support letters for this project. They've been provided by the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office, the Clerk of District's Courts, judges, and also the County Historical Preservation Officer. Staff recommends approval of this grant application to the Montana Disaster and Emergency Services Homeland Security Grant Program in the amount of $121,350 and authorize the chair to sign. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a very good explanation. Hardly any questions generated from that for me. How about you, Commissioner?
Of
Commissioner
course, I
Payne?
have one.
Yes.
Jenny, the existing CCTV system, Hikvision, I mean, is that a comment about Montana or, sorry, I digress. How old is the existing CCTV system?
That's a great question. Might have to turn that over to Mac McCarley with the buildings facility to give an actual answer of that.
Ballpark is all I need, Mac.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Mac McCarley with Lewis and Clark County Buildings Division. Commissioner, I can give you exact dates. When the security program and protocol was put in place in the courthouse, there was some additional camera work done then. So they're less than 3 years old. A portion of the system, one of the DVR systems of the two is less than 3 years old. The problem is it came out, it was a discussion federally by the NDAA, and then nothing was enforced until the feds kind of cleaned up their own backyard. Now that they've done that, they're enforcing that Hikvision and 5 other Chinese companies that produce these camera systems be replaced and not be online in any manner in your operations. Hikvision for 15 years was basically the cat's meow of camera systems. It was the cheapest, but the highest quality camera. One of the local vendors that probably did 75% of the security and surveillance for the city of Helena, Nyko Electronics, that was their primary company that they used. So that's how that's how we ended up with it in all of our government facilities, along with, like I said, about 75% of the neighborhood here.
Thank you. I would imagine since it's a cleanup of the Fed's program, that's why there is no match required there. This grant is going to pay for the whole thing. Is that
Yes,
correct?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. And it's also an improvement. The assessment that was done by Homeland Security showed some weaknesses where we do not have coverage, where inmate travel, and some of the back stairwells. The main concern from the evaluation was the corridor between the jail and the courthouse. There's no surveillance and poor lighting in that area. It also is going to have additional cameras that would cover all of the parking lots, the north parking lot, the northeast parking lot, and the angle parking on the east side of the courthouse, which is where over my tenure, we've had many requests from law enforcement agencies looking for footage for incidents that happened in those areas, which we couldn't provide. So,
Wow. Sounds like much needed repair.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. McCarley. Any questions, Commissioner?
I think they've covered it pretty well.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. How about public comment on this item? Any public comment? Any public comment? All right. Seeing no public come forward. Commissioners, what is your pleasure?
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve the grant application to the Montana Disaster and Emergency Services as explained by Ms. Chambers and Mr. McCarley.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the grant application as presented. Further discussion, Commissioners? Just like to say thanks. It was well explained, and I'm happy that we're able to go after full funding for this. And those systems we're not replacing them because they're worn out. It's because of the federal regulation, and they're putting money behind that, which is good. So thank you very much for bringing it forward, and looking forward to hopefully a successful grant application. Commissioners, anything else? That all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. 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 Thank you very much. Okay, we are at that time in the meeting where we will take public comment on any item that is under the jurisdiction of the commission, but not on today's agenda. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Seeing no public come forward, commissioners, we will stand adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.